am Carolyn, and today we are going to talk about lash lifts. So a lash lift is something where they perm your lashes so that it's curled. I would really suggest, if you're getting it done, to have long lashes already. And once you have long lashes, it really is dramatic and beautiful if they curl. Mine grow straight out. They're long, but it just kind of grows straight out. I'm going to talk about how I do it myself. We will go through it step by step, and you can see whether it's something that interests you to do yourself or whether you just would prefer to go get it done professionally. I am not that kind of person. I don't like when people do things on me. I think I do a better job myself. When people do things like that on me, I don't know what kind of day they've had. I don't know if they had a fight with their husband. I don't want them taking it out on my little eyelashes. So anyways, I do like doing it myself. I'm so careful. It's my eyeball. I don't want to take any chances. So that's why I like doing it myself. I just like being super careful. I do one eye at a time. So it takes some time. It's not a quick process. You do have to do it every, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks, depending on how quickly your lashes grow. So it's a process, but I find it fun. So on a Saturday night when everyone else is going out, well, Carolyn likes staying home and doing things like this. That's my entertainment. So if that interests you, stick around and we will get into all the dirty little details of how you do it. I have been doing it for a pretty long time, so I've tried a lot of different brands. I like this one. They have you well supplied with this. The thing that I do not like are their lash forms. They don't fit well. They don't stay on my eyes. So I have experimented with what I can find that I do like, and I did find this brand here, and you just find the size that you like, and they just fit and manipulate a lot easier than the ones that come in there. I do still trim them. They aren't necessarily perfect for everybody's eye because what two eyes are the same size and shape? So if you just trim it, you'll get it to fit perfectly. So before I get started, another thing I like to do is take my heated curler and just kind of curl my lashes so that they're all kind of going in the right direction, because some of my lashes come up kind of going in every direction. So I like to kind of get them smoothed out and where I want them to be. It just makes it a little bit easier to have them a little more tame and going in the direction I want them, making the gluing a little easier, because the gluing is the part that is really tedious and you really need to take your time so that you get the lashes all where you want them to be. So then when I have the lashes glued up onto the form and I've already done the processing and the neutralizing, then I like to go in with a dye. You know, it even eliminates really even needing mascara if you don't want to wear mascara after. The two that I kind of like are either a pure dark black, but I also like a blue black. I find that really has a little zing that just the plain black doesn't have. And then while I'm at it, why not dye my eyebrows? I have a lot of blonde ones, so I figure I'm already there. I'm already doing all this. I may as well also dye my eyebrows so the whole eye area is getting a workover. I would also say another thing that you really need is a very good magnifying mirror. I also pull in my extra lamp and I make sure that everything is well lit so I can see. I don't have the best eyes, but I have my contacts in, and so my contacts also have like the reading glass part. So if you really need your readers, this might not work for you, because you've got to really be able to see what you're doing. Very important to see what you're doing. So they come in lots of different sizes: small, medium, large, extra large. So you just have to sort of go in, see which one fits your eyelid best. Like I said, you're most likely gonna have to trim it a little bit to make it really fit well. So I'm gonna pick out the one that fits my eyelid best. I'm gonna trim it, and then I'm going to glue it onto my eyelid. put the glue right onto the back of the form. And then the form has this little part in the back that you can hold on to, so it makes it handy to be able to have something to hold onto that doesn't have glue on it. So now I'm just going to put that right onto my eyelid as close to my lash line as possible. And then I just hold it there for a few seconds just so that it will have time to dry and stick to my eyelid. So I should probably also mention that it does come with a glue, and I use that to put on the back of the form, but I just remembered that I don't usually like to use it to attach my eyelashes to the form. I get this one from the same brand where I get the forms. I get that separately as well. Put the glue right onto the form. I start in one corner so it doesn't dry, and I start with the outer corner and move my way in, and making sure every single little eyelash is glued on there. It comes with this little device to help you get the lashes to stick on there. And when you get it where you want it, just take a minute to hold it so that the lashes can dry there. Okay, so these guys were actually really cooperative. So I'm gonna keep moving, and I'm going to put more glue. Oh, am I using the wrong one? See, this one that comes with it is very stringy, and that is why I don't like it. Now I remember why. So this one is not like that. So you want enough glue so that they stick, but you also don't want so much glue that it's gonna be hard to take off after, because you are going to need to take it off, and you don't want to be tugging at your lashes. So these guys are stubborn and don't want to stick down, so I am just going to hold them in place and give it a minute for them to stick. And the reason you really want to take your time with this step is because however you put your lashes on the form is how they are going to stay. So you want them to be really all like little soldiers in a row, all going in the right direction. You don't want them crisscrossing over each other. You want each single eyelash to be going straight up. They are all pretty uniformly going very nicely over my form the way I want it to. So now I'm ready to put the perming solution on. Now I'm going to take the lifting cream, which, as you see, it has the little number 1 on it. I'm going to take my little cup, and then you just open it up and squeeze the contents into the little cup. It's really, really easy. And I put half of it in because I'm gonna use the other half for the other eye. So I use these little micro things that it comes with, and I just dab it on. And if you're like me and you got perms in the 80s, this will smell very familiar to you. And then once you get it all on, then you just put on a timer. I tell Alexa that I want it on, and it has a little guide too. I don't think I showed you that. Let me show you the guide that it comes with. This piece of paper, and on it, it tells you processing time. So for very fine lashes, 6 to 8 minutes. For fine to tinted lashes, 7 to 8, and so on and so on. I have pretty natural, healthy lashes, so I'm gonna leave it on. It says 8 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna do 10 minutes. Okay, so I have my solution all on, and I'm ready for the timer. So I just say, Alexa, timer, 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
And now I can just sit, relax, watch some YouTube, a little Netflix, and 10 minutes later, I'm just gonna neutralize it. Okay, so now my 10 minutes is up, And now I'm going to use the number 2 neutralizing lotion. So it tells you that, you know, depending on your type of lashes, we're very fine or naturally healthy or coarse, either 5 or 6 minutes. I'm gonna leave this on for 6 minutes. I take a new clean little cup and I open this up and I squeeze that neutralizing right into the cup, and then like I save about half of it to put on my other eye. Take a clean one of these little things and I just put that on top. So the timer just went off for the neutralizer. I'm not gonna go straight into number 3, which is the moisturizer. I'm going to actually dye my eyelash right now. And it's better to have less oils on for the dye to really work. That's why I'm not gonna put the moisturizer. So I'm going to take off the neutralizer and then I am going to put on the dye. Before I do the dye, I'm going to want to put a shield on underneath. You can put these on before you do the dye. They do come with the kit that you get. Making sure that my bottom lashes are on top because I'm going to want to dye them as well. I'm going to go over it one more time with my Q-tip to make sure that my lashes are dry. And then I'm going to mix the dyes. So I have it all mixed up here. And when you do order this, it comes with everything you need right down to this cute little glass container and this little brush. So now I'm just gonna put that onto my eyelashes. And again, in the instructions, it's gonna tell you how long to leave it on. I would also say to put on gloves when you're dyeing because it is hard to get off the skin. So now I'm going to prepare the solution for my eyebrows. For my eyelashes, I use the black blue, but I don't want black blue eyebrows, so I'm going to use the brown. So I have it mixed up, so I'm gonna start by just placing it on my eyebrows. Trying to get those blonde ones that are really hard to see since I have such few eyebrows as it is. I want all of them to show up. And then I just take a spoolie and just kind of brush through. So normally I would go ahead and do both eyebrows at the same time because otherwise I'm gonna have to remix another batch like I have to do for my eyelashes because you don't want it to sit for too long. But I just wanna show you after what it's gonna look like with one eye done and one eye not done. So I'm just gonna do the one eyebrow right now, but normally I would just go ahead and do both so that I wouldn't have to remix another batch. So now comes the part that I actually do not like. It's just removing all the dye. It could get a little messy, so I take a lot of precaution. Then I just, with a Q-tip, I just go over and I use as many Q-tips as it takes because I don't want it to get on my skin. And at the same time, I'm gonna go ahead and take it off my eyebrows. So once I've got the worst of it off, then I'm gonna go in with my third little product, put on my little ring over top of my gloves. And number 3 is the Keratin Booster, which is just a little moisturizer cream. It's also gonna release the glue so that your eyelashes are gonna start popping off the form. And as you wipe it off, you will see the lashes starting to come away from your form. They will not be stuck on there anymore. You can take your little fancy thing here and gently see if they are coming off. And they are. They are just curled over that thing, but they are not stuck on there anymore. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take a little more of that keratin stuff and I'm gonna put it behind my form so that I can gently get the glue off of my eyelid. And then it just comes off without any pulling or tugging. I don't like pulling or tugging on my eyelid, and I'm sure you don't either. So here we are. I have no kind of eye makeup on whatsoever, and yet one eye looks very different than the others. You can see that just curling and dyeing your eyelashes is so dramatic. It's just, to me, I just find it like super cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my other eyelash so I don't look like a crazy lady, and I'll be back. Okay, so I am all done. Both eyes are done, and it looks like I'm wearing eye makeup when I am not wearing a single drop of eye makeup. So I would say I love doing stuff like this. This is a hobby for me. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's tedious and it takes time. So if that's not your jiggy, you will not enjoy it. Oh, and you have to keep them dry. Like, you don't want to wet your eyelashes for the next 24 to 48 hours. I've heard people say 24 hours. I've heard 48 hours. So I do 48 hours. I don't want to take a chance. So that's it. That's all I got for you. And until we talk again, bye.